Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the episode today. Um, so I just logged in. Um, Obviously, in the last video, we just beat the Manticore. Um, so now I'm just gonna be, continuing to work on breeding. The event's over, unfortunately, which really sucks. But what are you gonna do? Um, you know, so I gotta kind of just keep it moving. So this Argent finished raising here, um, and that actually officially finishes these Argents. Um, I can show you guys here. Um, it's got the first region is the color 3, which is the Christmas green, and then the rest of it's red. So it looks just like this. So now I can replace this female. This one's got the one I got in my inventory now is the it's got all the stats and all the color regions I want. The only difference, and I'll switch this at some point, but it's really not that serious to me. Um, is that um, like this Argent still had the light blue region. It's just the feet. So this one's got the regular colored feet, like black or whatever, and this one has the like turquoise blue. But other than that, the stats are identical. Both 354. Actually, I can change the name to this one to Christmas Breeder. So the Christmas Argents that we started around Christmas time are officially done now, and it's been what, maybe almost 3 months. So it took really almost 3 months, um, but they're finally done. Um, so I'm actually going to bring these back over to the main base on Fjordur. I am going to breed them though one more time so I can raise an egg. Um, and then what I'll eventually do is eventually I'll get a female when even if it's not necessary this time, but eventually I'll get a female that or the feet, because the rest of the colors are identical, so I never have to worry about that. But it's just the feet. Eventually the black feet will carry over to one of the babies, and that's a female. And then I'll just replace this one. You know, I'll replace this female with the female with the black feet. So, but yeah, so let's see, what else am I doing here? I'm working on these carnos. Stats wise now, this one's got the health and the melee that I want. This is the color. I still got to get that. Still like one color region left. I can't even really tell on here which it is, but I need one more color region for this Christmas carno, and I'm not sure what that region is yet. I've forgotten since I was been working on these guys, but eventually I'll find it. The current carnos I have don't have either the red or the red Christmas color or the green Christmas color. So I'm just gonna have to. I'll do the stats, and then eventually I'll come across that Carno with those color regions, in one of the upcoming events, and and then I can eventually finish that. And then these two I'm working on Christmas and Kylos. Still trying to get the colors on these, being extremely stubborn, giving me the right color regions I need from both of those two. Super frustrating. But I have all the regions I need, and then when those are done, I have the final region right here, the red legs there. So then I'll take whatever I get, male or female, from them and breed it with this one, depending on which I need. So that's kind of where I'm at with those guys. What did I have out here? So this Argent's done. This was a lightning. So let's see. Oh, I think this one is just the red green. Yeah. So I just kept it because I had the red and all the red and green regions I needed from the two I was breeding, but I'm currently focused with the lightnings on just red. So I'm actually gonna take an extra cryopod. I just raised it since I happen to have the out of the colors that I had. Yeah. So I mean, 5 out of the 6 color regions are the Christmas colors that I want. So or a mixture of them at least. Because I will eventually make lightnings with just green, just all green lightnings. I'm working on all red lightnings right now because I have all the regions to do that. Um, and then once that's done, I'll use all the green regions I have, which I don't have every green region, but then the rest can be red, and then those will be my 2 breeders. And almost all green one, but with some red, and then I'll have a completely red one. And so then when I breed those all together, I'll get some kind of mixture of red or green, for the lightning wyverns from the babies. But But for now, that's where that's at. It's going to sit in here. It's going to be painful raising wyverns for the 3 times. Although they do raise kind of quickly compared to other things like a giga or something. But again, having to constantly go to the trench to get milk for them is going to be kind of a pain. But it kind of is what it is, you know. Oh yeah, I don't think I showed you guys this high stat lightning that I got. So I'm going to use that for a breeder as well. I got to figure out what I'm going to use that for a breeder for yet. But I'm not sure. I think that's it. I think you guys have seen. I don't think there's anything else that's really too new, other than I did breed and raise some jerboas here. So this is actually 100% imprinted jerboa. This one's actually really nice looking. That one I think is the best one I got so far out of the ones that the colors that came out that I bred. I gotten this one, and then a kind of a plain looking one. And this one's kind of plain, other than it did get the pink stripes, but I wasn't too worried about that. I just wanted those, so you know, obviously I could see what was going on for the weather, you know when a storm's coming or whatever. And I raised 10 more Rexes during the event. I think you guys might have seen that in a previous video. I'm not sure if I had covered that in the previous video. So now I'm just trying to get them leveled up so that way I can then I got to go get saddles, and then probably next event, which will probably be Easter, I believe, in April, I will raise another 10 Rexes, and then that will be another army that'll be, you know, eventually ready to go in the fridge. So now I think it'll put my total army ready, my total armies that are ready to go to about 5, I think, once I get another 10 of these raised up. I should have, I think, 5 total Rex armies ready to go. So if I ever lose one, which will eventually happen, like eventually I will lose up to a boss fight, something will happen, and I will lose all the Rexes, but you know, you kind of prepare for that, and so I'll be all set when that does actually happen. I can just pull out another army, and you know, I don't have to really sweat too many bullets, you know. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else really here to kind of bring you guys up to speed at. So, oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to show you guys what else I'm breeding too. I'm going to put these in the incubator. So you get these guys off of breeding. That's how people begin free dinos, like you guys seen in the previous video, that Rex egg that I had. That I came across that person's base and their Rexes were breeding still, even though they weren't online, giving away free Rex eggs, you know, which is not really a big deal. I mean, boss Rexes are not something that's really hard to buy unofficial, but oh, we're getting rain. You can tell that certain noise that they're making. They do like the sniffing, and like kind of sounds like a worried sound. That usually means it's gonna rain. So we'll see if it holds true this time. Okay, so let's see. So we know we're good on the argent. Oh, I did. It got it's a male, and it's got the feet. So it got the dark feet, but it didn't get, but it's not the female. So, wow, 3 hours for the egg to hatch now. That sucks. Let's see. Where is my color region sheet here? Here we go. So see, the carno needed 3. So nope, this carno egg is trash. Didn't get the color regions. Not even close. We needed for this carno egg to be a keeper. Not only do we need the health in the melee that I have, the best that I have, but we also needed the color regions to be right, and we didn't get it. We got color region. The first color region is 31. The second one is 17. Third one's 94. The only one that we did get carried over from the parents that we wanted was the last region, which was, you know, the Christmas red, which is color 1. So we don't want that. Which is kind of the way it goes, you know. A lot of those go into the fridge here for kibble. And this one is Malin Kylo. Ooh, this one's close. We need color region 3 for the first one. The second one we needed to be region 1, which is the red. If we had gotten that, then I would be keeping this egg. But because I didn't get that second region's 84 instead of 1, that makes this egg trash. So that goes in the fridge. That sucks. So close. But as usual, that game keeps telling me it's always like one thing shy of what I need. Always one thing that's off from what I need. See, I'm working on redoing the base too, so I'm going to be working on that. I'm trying to get it either all converted to tech or at least the majority of it tech, and then make the rest of it metal. I think I showed you guys this too. I had the trophies and the alpha wyvern heads there. All right, let's see what else. Oh yeah, now I want to go in. Yeah, there it is. It's raining. It just started raining, right? Or am I bugging? No, here it is. I noticed too, there's a bug right now. For some reason, every time I log out, my tech canteen is empty for some reason. I'm not really sure why. But it is what it is. It's not even that. It's not that serious. So let's see. So we're breeding these still. We're breeding these for just the red regions. Which I forgot off the top of my head. What exactly the regions are, but once this is done breeding, once they're done breeding, I'll bring you guys back. We'll put the egg in the incubator. We'll see if we got the regions that we wanted. All right, guys. So this egg is done. Let's see, and I just got those argents ready to go back to my main base. So let's see. I think I used the cryopods. I gotta grab another one out of here real quick. Let's see. Put this in. Put the fertilizer in there. Let's see. I think I got an extra cryopod in here. Yep. Okay, so let's see. So this lightning has... I think we're one short on this too. So we needed 2, 3, and 4 to be 1. Regions 2, 3, and 4. So we got 2 and we got 4. We didn't get region 3. Region 3 is white. And then we also need a region 6. We got 6 too. And that's a male. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Just one region short again. And the stats don't even matter on these. I'm just trying to do the colors first, and then eventually I'll do the stats. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You know, that's the way it goes. So that's a dud. Let's see, and then that is green, right? Oh wait, no, that's red. Lightning. So that I'm doing afterward. So we're doing... So green fire next. So now we're going for green color regions on these fires. Which is what I'm currently... Those babies I got from that trade, of course they didn't quite get done because there wasn't enough time in the event. So it's going to be slow raising those guys up. But once those are done, those babies, I don't care for the colors they gave me. I'm going to be making Christmas wyverns out of those. I just wanted the stats, you know, just high level stats. So I'm going to work on the colors first, and then eventually I'll incorporate the stats after. But I got to get them raised up, and that's going to be a time-consuming task with it being currently only 1 times. And I don't think Wildcard is going to be very generous when it comes to giving us like an evil event on these upcoming this upcoming weekend or probably even the one after. It's probably not going to happen because we just got done with the what is it? What was it? Valentine's Day event, and I'm definitely not upset. They extended it like 3 days, you know, longer than it was supposed to be. Like, you know, kudos to them, man. Like, I'm not complaining. I mean, I definitely appreciate any extra day we get. I appreciate because it just makes breeding so much easier, you know. Especially because I tend to server hop, you know. But um, yeah, we'll wait until these are done. I'll bring you guys back and the same thing, rinse and repeat. We're gonna see if we got the colors that we needed. All right, so these green fires are done breeding. Let's see. Wow, and on one times it takes 1 day, 9 hours before you can breed them again. So I mean, almost like a day and a half to be able to breed them. So I mean, that's tough. But you know, on the other side, like it helps you balance your game too. Like that's one of the things I do like about it being so hard is that um, it kind of lets you set you up when to do stuff. Like right now is not a time to really be raising anything. Like a lot of stuff. Like this is when you should be like running caves, collecting artifacts, you know, maybe doing trades if there's a trade to be made, or like doing bosses. Like use this time to do that stuff, and then when events come around, like Evo weekends, or if it's an actual, you know, holiday event, then spend that time for the most part doing all the raising that you need to do. You know, generally what I do is I just breed the stuff, and then when I do get like the colors with the regions I want, I'll wait until there is an Evo event, and that's when I'll break everything out and raise it. You know, um, unless it's something easy. You know, like the argents, I can just leave it out on a May wing and let it, you know, let it grow up, and it's just eating off the troughs and the Maywings, and I don't imprint my anything that I'm not actually using. If I'm just trying to breed for colors or it's going to be a breeder, I don't imprint it. I could just leave it straight out, you know, and it's like what 2.5 days for an Argent to grow, so I could just leave it out for those 2.5 days and then it grows, you know, and I don't have to really worry about it. Yeah, this is a complete dud. This fire wyvern. We needed color regions 4 and 5 as color 3, and we only got 5 as 3. And then I think the one down here was the first 2 regions needed to be 3, color region 3, and we didn't even get either of those. So, uh, what is generally a common theme with this game, they don't make it easy. Um, that's a no-go on that. So then what else do we got left? Green. And then these are the red fires that I'm working on. Which I got 2 different sets that I'm working on to try to speed things up here. So we'll start with these 2. All right, same deal. We're going to let these guys breed, and I'll bring you guys back in a second. All right, same deal. Rinsing and repeating here. These ones actually are a little bit shorter, only a 1 day, 1 hour timer, so at least we don't got to wait that extra half a day to breed these guys again. And these are red, so I think this gets even harder because I'm only reading those 2 because I have a lack of room. I can't put out like a whole bunch of them like you see generally it done because I have a limited lawn space, so I have to really play the odds when I'm doing this, you know. Oh, and we might have done it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 out of the 6 regions that we want from these 2. Yeah, this is a keeper. Good stuff. Look at we wanted just the red color regions. We got 2 and 5 on this one, and then 3 and 4. So 2, 5, 3, and 4. So 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And then this one said we got 2, 3. Oh, we didn't get it because that one, what is that? 2, 3. The 4 is green, which in itself is not a bad thing. But when I only want, oh wait a minute, 1, 2, and 5. This has got 2 and 5, right? So that's a check on the female. The male's 3 and 4. Yeah, so we didn't get 4 on the red. But I wonder, do I keep this one? Because that means I need 1, 4, and 6. And I had other red right here. There's 1. No, but that doesn't have 4. So I don't have a color region 4 on any of the other ones. That's tough. Oh, I just needed that 1 more color region. I just needed 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just needed 4 red. I only got 3, but I like how the first 2 are green. Might end up keeping this one. Just because. Because, I mean, it's... Just to see what it looks like, I'm going to keep it anyways. And, you know, do kind of similar to what I did with this lightning right here where I got... No, it wasn't that one. It was this one. Yeah, where I got... Yeah, it was this one. Where it's just missing... It's almost got all the Christmas colors. It's just missing that first region, which is mostly the light blue. So yeah, I'll keep that other one for now. It's not exactly what I wanted, but eventually maybe I can use it. So I'll save it for raising. Then I got these 2 to do next. Yeah, so we're situated there. Oops, what did I almost do? Pinwheels. I think I got stick drift or something here. Oh, I almost copied settings in nearby wyverns. That wouldn't have been a big deal. Alright, I'm gonna let these guys mate. I'll bring you guys back. Alright, so now we're on to these. Oh, this says lightning. Is that right, though? Oh, that was behind it. I was like, wait a minute. I got super confused there for a second, but... I don't think there's as many regions that I need between these 2. So I only got the first and the last region. And I needed, no, not even close. I need to at least get 4 other regions. I didn't get it, so definitely not keeping that egg. And I think there's probably only a couple more left to breed, right? For my cycle right now. Those are the red fires. I'm not worried about the stats right now. I can do that after. And that's it. Because these are all the ones that are getting ready to go back to my main base that I've already used. And I'm just saving for the colors so I have certain regions. Because eventually, like I got yellow. I want to do yellow and black. That's what I'm using that black one out here for. This one that I showed you guys out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the lightnings that I have. I'm going to breed black and yellow wyverns because I don't see many black and yellows. So I plan on breeding black and yellow because I think that's a good, you know, color combo, you know. So that's what I'm saving some of these for, which I've already brought some back to my base. But I know I have yellow. I also know, like, I also have pink and black, the 68 right here. Color region 68, that pink. I want to breed that with the black. Pink and black looks pretty sick together too. So I plan on doing that too. But that's about it. That's it, I think, for... Other than now I just got to do these ones. I'm trying to improve on this female. Um, I forgot what exactly I needed with this female. I think it's just the regions. I think that's it. I saved this female. This is the female I raised, I think it was like a few episodes ago, where it had like, I got half of the color regions from just a plain female that we're using for the higher health. So now we're just trying to get a female that is just, even if it's just a sliver better, even if it's just one color region more that it gets that we needed than it had before. That's, we'll raise it, and then we're one step closer to completing the pair. But these are almost done. Um, which is nothing crazy. It's the base health's only 6727, but remember originally it was only like 45 or 5500 or whatever it was before the event started, and I managed to breed in the higher health that I had gotten, which was the 6726, and still, and get the colors, for this male. So we made some good progress with that. We bred that and the higher stamina into it. We just got to do better on the melee. 270 is not cutting it. We got to find from somebody a higher poison. In the last video, though, I was looking for fire and poisons, and that dude that we traded with only had the fires, and I'm like, hey, I'll take it, but I'm still on the lookout, still on the hunt for better poisons first, so I can get the melee. But for now, at least we got the really dope colors. Those are really cool looking poison wyverns, and we'll just, we're going to Ragnarok next, so maybe over on Rag, when we get to Rag, we'll find somebody who has good level poisons, and then we can. Well, then we'll get to it, because if we get a really good poison, we'll see if we can get a female. We'll just throw this female entirely and start breeding, start over with the female. But, and slowly work the stats over to the male and the color over to the female until we have until we have the best of both sides, All right, let's see where we're at here. And of course, it's been a couple days since I got into this. I don't remember what the female has, so I'm probably going to have to go cry out that female real quick to do a comparison. Because according to what I have on paper, we need 75, 93, 18, 75, 17, 100. So this is it. So this we're keeping too. That's the female with all the regions that we wanted, the exact replica of the male, and it already has the stats already. So we definitely want that. That actually makes this pair done. Once I get that female raised, then I'll switch this female out, and then that pair will be identical in stats and color. I just want to show you guys too, like the difference. So that way, maybe if it's sounds confusing in a video, you're not understanding what I'm talking about. So this female in my inventory, see, it has 75. It doesn't have the second region that's 93, or the third region, which was 18, but it did have the last three correct regions. And that was when we had just a regular female, just a regular poison wyvern. It had the stats, but it had none of the regions. And so when I bred the two together, it gave me, I got the female, eventually they had the health and the stamina, which was the two high stats that I was breeding. In the melee, for that matter, because the melee is only 255 on this one. But eventually we got the melee, which that's what we got to check next, actually, is the melee, which it looks like it got with 26 levels into it. But even then, it's not that serious because we got the exact color, so now we're that much closer to it being identical to the female. So maybe we're not quite done, but at least color region wise we're done. But anyway, so my point being that we needed the second and the third region were 46 and 47, and those were not the right regions. Those are not the identical regions to the male, which was the stud that we used that had the exact coloration that we wanted for colors. So this female still kept its original colors of 46, 47, but now in this female it got the color region 93 and color region 18 passed on to it, which were the two regions from the male. that this female didn't get from the last time we bred, or the last few times we bred. So if that makes sense, now we've got the exact color regions that we want. You know, they've been replaced, and we know that the male and the female both have the good stamina and the good health. Now we just got to hope that 31 points in melee is correct. But even if it's not, it's still two color regions better than the female that we currently have right here. So either way, we swap out the female, you know, and worst comes to worst. Now, if the only thing that's different is that this base melee, actually it's 255, but it's I accidentally 50% imprinted um, that female, so it's more than likely it was the lower melee because this is 270 at base. So that's all we need left then. You know, so now the only thing that that new female, when we raise it up, is going to be lacking is the 270 melee, which is the higher melee, versus the two. This says it's 255, but it's actually 50% imprinted, so it's probably more like 220 or something like that, or 230 for base melee, which is still low. But you know, that's the only thing I need left is just now to get the melee, which is going to be really easy because that's a 50-50 chance usually. You know, it's the color regions that are more of a pain and take longer to make sure that you're getting the right color regions carried over that you want. You know, the melee, that's like 50-50 usually, you know, like I'm usually one out of every three that you times you breed, you'll get that, you know, whatever the individual stat is that you're looking for. So that's just easy from there. Okay, what's it? Server saving or something? Apparently. Oh yeah, let me make sure I turned off breeding here. Yeah, I did. So I think that officially wraps it up. Like that's literally like I usually have maybe like 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day to play on on one of the days I'm working. So like that's usually all I do. Like this is all I do. You know, I just go through, breed everything that I need to breed real quick, see if there's anything I'm keeping, and that's it. And like that's usually all the time I got. Like I don't spend like an absorbent amount of time on the game every day. You know, like only maybe a couple hours a day. That's it. I think where people see like, oh, I got a lot of stuff. Like it's really from an accumulative effect over years. Like I've been on official servers for years, so like everything you see, like I didn't get it all fast. It was years of accumulation and trading and breeding and things like that. So it definitely doesn't happen overnight. Like you can't just hop in and boom, you have you know 100 tames. Like I have 1,700 tames. Excuse me, 1,200 tames. I have 75 cryo fridges or I have 100 cryo fridges that hold 75 tames apiece. So I have about 1,200 tames, like that I've accumulated over the years at my main base. So I mean, that's a lot of tames. Stuff I forget about, which is why I try to take only the tames over to the maps that they're native to when I'm cycling through the maps because then it allows me to kind of focus more on those tames that are on the map rather than like trying to do everything at once because I have a ton of stuff that needs to be bred, but it's just insane. I would be here for hours trying to get through everything I need to breed. So this allows me to kind of break down my workload so that way it's easy for me to handle as mainly a solo player. And even then I'm still like a solo player. Like I do have a few tribe mates, but like they have their own bases, their own tames, they do their own breeding. Like I do all this by myself, like I don't have help with breeding or anything like that. I do all my own breeding and all that stuff myself, and my tribe mates do all their own breeding and stuff like that. And then we'll come together like, hey, I got this with this dino, and then I'll be like, hey, I got this, and then we just might swipe real quick and say, this is where we're at, and we swipe so that way we, have what we both been working on. But for the most part, like they're self-sustained, and I'm self-sustained, and we're in the same tribe. We come together to do boss fights or do whatever, to do certain things that require group stuff. But for the most part, like we are out of our own bases. We don't share bases or anything like that. We're pretty self-sustained. So I think it works out better that way. For us. Um, so yeah, so I think that's about it for this episode, man. There's not really anything else to get into here, man. Like that's a typical day, man. Like it's not. I mean, yeah, Ark is super fun to play, but like not every day, unfortunately, is like super like riveting where you're like, want to jump out of your seat or anything. Like, it's, you know, a lot of it is redundancy, man, with this game, unfortunately. And I personally like it, but you know, I know for a lot of people they don't. So I try to spare you guys from, you know, watching the same redundant videos every day. So if you see me skip a day, it's usually because like I'm doing the same thing I did the day before, and I'm not going to record another video of me doing the same thing 2 days in a row. You know, and that's not going to be fun for you guys to watch. So it's probably hard enough just getting through one video because of, you know, how long they are and stuff like that. And you know, I respect people's time. People don't have a lot of time to watch the entire video, you know. So you know, so I appreciate any time that you guys are able to watch it, but I definitely understand too at the same time that, you know, like, you know, it's not all gonna knock you out of your seat, you know. But yeah, that's it for this video. Like, you know, I think out of all the stuff I just bred, which is not really too crazy, I think it's a manageable amount of stuff. We got 3 eggs, you know, to raise. You know, so you know, that's you know, pretty good. You know, it kind of sucks. I still do have these. Oh, and this baby Rex I got to raise that we found from that base. That actually has really good melee. 31,240 with 1225 melee to start. Like, that's not as good as my Rex's, but like that's pretty close. Like, that's in the ballpark. I think my Rex's only, you know, have a, you know, I think they are like 14 or something like that, 1400 melee and 32,000 health. So like, these are like maybe a step underneath mine, but hey, you know, it's a free Rex, so I'm not gonna complain. You know, um, you know, it definitely will get used. And then I got these 3 babies that I gotta raise, the fire wyverns with the 1,000 melee, and base of 20,000 for health. So these are, you know, for the small amount of poison wyvern talons that we sold for him. Like, this is by far, you know, a really good deal. Like, that dude is the real MVP of today for that trade. But yeah, that's it. We'll see what tomorrow. Tomorrow might be the same thing. We'll see. We'll see. You know, we'll see if I can find a trade or something to do. But for the most part, like, tomorrow might be the same thing as today. But we'll see. We'll see what comes next. You know, we'll take that as it comes. But for now, we'll end it here. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.